today's video, I will literally explain the number one skill that helps me to actually become a billionaire one day. And that is the skill of simplicity. What you do right now, or what you should do in your life, is to cut 95% of the rubbish out of your life. Think about your daily day. Think what you do, basically, literally, write it down. Maybe you have it in your calendar or something like that. But think about the things you actually do. And then think what is actually long-term necessary for this, for my goal. And what is your goal? Business growth. You are an entrepreneur. You want to grow your business, okay? And what I found and what my multi-millionaire mentor actually discovered was that there are only three main categories you can't sacrifice for your business. Two of them because they contribute to success, or they actually give you the willpower and the energy to take the action. And the third category, obviously, is the business. So the other two are health and relationships. So actually, business, health, and relationships. These are the only three categories you need to nail. Now, life is easy. Real talk, real talk. What you do now is you fix your diet, you fix your sleep, you fix your exercise schedule, you fix your time management, and you know exactly what you need to do in your business, and you know exactly what people are good for you and what not and who not, and then you just do the things. It's that easy. But why don't you do this? And that's when it gets deeper. Then this whole emotion thing come up, and this whole mindset thing comes up, because then the only thing that hinders you from doing this is actually you. And with you, I mean your belief. Because the things you believe, or the things you want, you truly subconsciously want, is actually the thing you get. In other words, you know what is or what you need to do, okay? Being healthy, get in shape, eat clean, exercise regularly, sleep good. Have a proper sleep schedule. Second, have great relationships. Have a loving girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever. Have a great relationship to your family, and have a close group of friends, and have good relationship to your employees and partners, business partners, okay? And third, business. Work, work, work. And you know what you need to do, especially as an agency owner, coaching consultant. Outreach, content, product, client delivery, sales calls. That's it. Nothing more. There is nothing more you can do. You can only work on your marketing, that is with content, on ads, when you grow further. Sorry, I'm not at a point yet that I want for an ads. Then you have content for marketing as well. Then you have the outreach, cold, warm, whatever, for appointment booking. You have the actual sales process, and you have the product side. That's it. Nothing. Of course, you have something like finances and paying out employees and that stuff. But in the end, these are the only four categories you need to grow. And most of the time, the category you are the worst at is the one you need to scale first. So if your appointment booking rate is below your average, you should go and grow it. That's it. But why don't you do the work? Because you have so much bullshit going on in your life. You have too much to do. You have your favorite NBA team played yesterday. Someone sent you a TikTok or Snapchat, or someone has to tell you about his bad girlfriend or her bad boyfriend. Then I don't know. Your grandpa wants to have 5 hours of your day to garden the house. Of course, family time is good, but if you have to work, then okay. Then you want to cook 5 hours, then you have a 3 hour morning routine because you need to journal and need to meditate and all of that stuff. And that's totally fine, but not 3 hours. And then you want to play video games and you want to have a hobby and you want to do something with your friends, what is also good. But you know what then happens? These things get you priority. You want to have a hobby. You want to do that. You want to play video games. But you know what you want? You want to get rich and earn enough money. And how do you earn enough money? If you actually do the actions. This year for me, for example, is fun. I associate this year with social fun. It is crazy. So whenever that's actually a useful habit I invented, recently. I struggled with consistency with my content, and as you can see, maybe that I'm not consistent. And I had a 7 days a week schedule for 3 weeks, and I actually nailed it. I guess I only missed out one day, and I realized that I could not manage that with my normal day life because I have to film this, I have to prep that, so and I want to do long videos, so sometimes I have to spend 2 or 3 hours only doing video filming, and that's totally fine sometimes. But what I now want to do is I want to research for some videos 2-3 hours and record 1.5 hours. So what I now do is I do 3 videos a week, so Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Sorry, these 3 days. And that's a good schedule for me now. That's a really good schedule. And I always, or I can do this consistent because I now channeled my social need. Earlier days I had a social media addiction, okay? But now by the way, cool device. It's called Brick. So if you want to have Instagram or something on your phone and be undistracted while you do that, and you tried out all these. By the way, that's no paid promotion. And you tried out all these undistracted apps. Try this out because you block actually your phone. Sorry, you block your phone on that, and actually what happens is that all apps are blocked until you put it back on the seal again. So that's insane. But I had this problem with social media and scrolling on Instagram, and you maybe have it too. But what I realize is whenever I feel this urge, I don't actually crave social media. I crave social interactions. And what I now do, or what I did, for now it's cool. Sometimes it appears as well, but I have normal routine. Whenever I feel scrolling on TikTok or watching some weird Twitch video, okay, live stream, what I do is turn the camera on and talk to you guys. So that is something where I praise it, and now I feel great. I fulfilled the need, and I did this, okay, and I actually do the work. And that's what you need to do with everything. So what I want you to do now, action step. I know, quite confusing video, sorry for that, but actually it will help you to real talk. If you do this for now for 2 weeks and you cut out or replace one thing every single day, I guarantee you double your outcome. If you make 20k now, and you do this for 14 days, you will double your outcome in the next month. I trust me, it works. It literally works. Do this for 14 days. Get a pen and paper and write down your top 14 distractions. So for example, for me, do I have a distraction at the moment? I worked on it. Not right now. I'm good actually. But let me what I had the distraction of calling friends. Weird. I don't know why, but I called friends. Social media, obviously. I love playing chess, solving some weird Rubik's cubes. That was one addiction as well. Now I only do this in the evening when I want to chill. And then what else? Yeah, watching YouTube. So I love watching YouTube, and I love it. Watching Twitch, so some live stream channel. Anything else? I guess that's it. But you might have 14 big and small. And eating sugar was one as well for me. And you put in your 14 most energy and time consuming things, like social media, like talking to a peer, like video games, like drugs, like screen time, like a specific streaming channel or specific YouTube channel you need to watch everything, or your favorite football team, something that does not fill the category health, wealth, and relationship. Relationship is only, oh sorry, it's only your love, family, inner circle, and work. This should be not some weirdo you have on Snapchat or something like that. Okay, so you now write them out. You put out 1 to 14 here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you list it up. And now what you do is you replace it. And what you now need to understand is our human mind. That is actually psychology. Now my rate actually helps me with something. Now you need to do this. We as human beings have 4 core needs that need to be fulfilled all the time, and every single action can be categorized in these areas. Carl Jung said that is your shadow, so something like a little puppet that needs to be fulfilled. For example, the status justice, or the status, or the social justice. But this does not mean that social media should fulfill the social justice, or flexing my watch should fulfill the status justice. Okay, this can be something else, but the important thing is that it should need to be fulfilled. And there are 4 things that are very important that you need to have, or and that you need to channel through health, wealth, and relationships. All these 3 areas, sorry, or you will die actually, or you will not be successful, or you will not do this consistently. First thing is the status. So not Jung, modern psychology said the social need, the social status, basically the social acceptance that you are part of a social group, that you are not alone. Loneliness is a very dangerous thing. You see a lot of people going crazy because they're lonely. The next one is status. So if you are someone who loves flexing their watch, you can get status from something else. For example, from being a great leader. For example, I'll give you an example. A lot of people here, bodybuilder don't need to flex with their gold watch, because the thing that gets them the most statues is their insane physique. So whenever they go shirtless through the day or in the gym and flex their muscles, just this bodybuilder gets attracted, and gets fulfilled. Therefore, they don't need the expensive cars and all of that stuff. But that's, for example, why I don't want to be a bodybuilder, because I want to make money, and I need to have great shape. I need to be in great shape and sharp, but not bodybuilding sharp that I can go and work naked outside, okay, and be insanely good. The third area is growth. And growth is something like that you see some progress in your life. Sorry, by the way. That means video games. Number one, or some weird book you are reading now, or watching someone else growing. So then you have the social category and this field. So insane. This is the next one. And the last thing is purpose. So why you're actually doing this. So these 4 things need to be fulfilled. And here's what I do. I actually channel everything through work, and also the health thing. When I started business, I was healthy and went to gym because I was bullied, and I don't want to be victim, and I want to be stronger and show them, that stuff. But now I channeled this and transcended it and say I give my health the purpose of doing this so I can work more. I get status because I'm in good shape from my health. I have the social component because I have my inner circle is only going to the gym and I go to the gym with them. And the last one, what was the last one? Social. And the growth is that I track my progress. So 4 areas here. With my health, with my relationships, my social, well, relationships are social, okay? Then, and I only have a close inner circle with people who I can, trust and do things with it. The growth one is, for example, I have a wonderful relationship and I want to grow this relationship into something bigger, like a family. We want to move house and, we want to grow together. We want to expand and I see, this is the growth. That's by, that's also the purpose that I do this for the future generations. And the last one is status thing because I'm so good and I have such a great family and friend group. I get status because we are in the higher class. So sorry for that, but that's basically it. And the last one, the work. Social is actually doing sales calls, doing stuff with clients, having fun on the camera like this here. So this is actually the social thing. The growth one is basically seeing more revenue every single month. That is the main driver. And of course, the most important thing is seeing more client results, better client results. That's in our industry, this, the best thing you can do. Getting the testimonials and client results in. Then the second thing is I want to be the number one in my marketing industry. I want to revolutionize the business industry with the approach on health and manifestation and general psychology. I start with the agency owners, coaches, and consultants like you. Lucky that you get my experience and all of that. That sound really really corny. Sorry for that. Yeah. Sorry. Um, but I want to grow in something bigger, and that's basically also the purpose. I do this because I believe that entrepreneurs are very important, and I love agency owners, and I do this because I know what it means to suffer and to sleep only 4 hours, to have bad health, and still the need to deliver for the family, for the friends, for whoever, for themselves. So I have the status, I have the growth, I have the purpose, and I have the social in all these 3 areas. What you now do, you cut out the rest of your life. Not all everything. So for example, I have a hobby, but it also can be converted into the business thing. Example, I love to read. Right now, I read The Chameleon. That's basically, I guess, the 6th time that I read the book. It's a goated book. So that's a book because it teaches you principles, universal principles. I can apply this to my health, to my relationships, and to my social thing. So I always do things that have purpose that give me more leverage in the main 3 areas. Okay. Sorry, this stuff or playing chess has nothing to do, but that is something I need to work on and to minimize as well. I'm not perfect, but I will be. And not I will be, but you get a point. It will get easier and better. I have the right mentors in place. Yeah. If you're a coach, agency owner or consultant, and you want to 3x your revenue in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months without changing your business, I'm here for you. I actually worked with CEOs, with multi-millionaires, and made them healthy and actually grew their business. I have testimonials, all of that stuff. I'm legit. I'm honest. I'm legit. Um, yeah, I know that there's a lot of bullshit in the industry. Therefore, I need to prove that I'm legit. Yeah, check out the first link in the description. I guess the funnel is not updated. It's from the Health Lab, but the business now is not Health Lab. But yeah, have a blessed one. Love you all. And on Thursday will be a very long video about manifestation. Maybe I can show you something. Yeah, this is basically by the way the mindset I do. And I also have a big folder with the identity creation. But I don't want to make such videos because a lot of people on YouTube do this, and I don't want to copy someone. I just want to show the idea of this and make it better. You know, um, what was the thing that Picasso said? Good painters copy, great painters steal. So I still just see the idea and make something else. But make sure to subscribe to see this on Thursday. Love you all, appreciate you, and let's crush together this industry.